Every May 16th is designated the International Day of the Boy Child by the United Nations. It focuses on boys and their well-being, their needs to feel happy, healthy, and valued within family and community. But how well is the boy child doing in Nigeria? What are their experiences? In this story, Just Nigeria's Ayuba Iliya gets answers to this and other questions.
The report came to one of the men that a young boy was being abused by his own mother.
There's also this gender masculinity role that they have been given from the society and community.
Every man was once a boy, and whatever he becomes is more often a function of his childhood experiences.
The boy is not just going to grow up to become a man. He has to be trained to become a man.
And while campaigns for opportunities and equality for the girl child enjoy global prominence, experts say boys are often left behind.
We put so much, weight and responsibilities, but are we equipping that gender enough?
So, in a patriarchal society with high expectations from men, where do the boys find succor? Experts say many cultures across the world do not necessarily provide the required skills, education, and socialization boys and men need to thrive in society. In 2018, the United Nations adopted May 16th as International Day of the Boy Child. The day was set aside to promote inclusion and ensure every child matters. This is against the backdrop of boys getting exposed to societal ills that often go unnoticed with devastating consequences. Rape is a sexual violation more often perceived as an abuse of the girl child, yet the 2015 Violence Against Children report says 1 in 10 boys will experience sexual violence before the age of 18.
Within the school system, 24% of boys are sexually molested, as against 15% of girls.
We live in a time where when a boy says, "Mommy, my uncle is touching me," a lot of parents don't believe the story.
Experts believe acts of violence against the boy child could lead to PTSD, alcoholism, drug abuse, intimacy dysfunction, and underperformance in school and at work, among other negative behaviors.
70% of those who abuse drugs, children in Nigeria, are boys. National Bureau of Statistics has now told us that when it comes to imprisonment, crime, 90% of those who are in prison are men.
If for any reason is going through any loss or grieving or some form of stress, they are just remembering those voices that, like, be a man, man up, men don't cry and all that. And they bottle up so much and they don't express their vulnerabilities. And this has affected so many men in a way that for every 20 attempted cases of suicide that we see in women, that one completed case of suicide, we see it in men.
Physical and emotional abuses against the boy child are prevalent in Nigeria, with UNICEF reporting a 5% increase in violence against children between 2016 to 2021. Education is free and compulsory for every child under the Universal Basic Education Act in Nigeria. However, socio-economic barriers limit many boys in the acquisition of formal education.
The first one is economy, poverty. So that's one of the major driver for children to get out of the school and never come back. There's also this gender masculinity role that they have been given from the society and community, that they get into the trap of behavior which do not allow them to be in the school as well.
The Southeast, we see a lot of boys dropping out of school, going into apprenticeship to work instead of finish their coursework. In the north, we also see a lot of boys who are being recruited by terrorists, and they're also telling children and everyone else that formal education is bad.
With a high unemployment rate among Nigerian graduates, more boys believe acquiring education is pointless.
They see a clear mismatch between the curriculum and what is actually available in terms of job in the market as well. So how do we bring back these two together so that as individual, the boys understands the value of education?
Although there are more boys than girls in schools in northern Nigeria, more boys of school age roam the streets of northwestern Nigeria's Kano state, trying to survive.
And during that, you see certain measures.
Just Nigeria took this concern to the state's Commissioner of Education.
We have introduced the issue of bus, conveying school children to schools, and we have also improved the feeding program in schools. We have increased the cost of our student. We have also increased the quality of the food. So by that, we are trying to address the issue of infrastructure.
A survey conducted by authorities in southeastern Nigeria's Enugu state in 2023 indicates a 38 to 40% non-completion of basic education. The State Commissioner's response to Just Nigeria's inquiry on efforts to address this worrying statistics isn't much different from that of his Kano State counterpart.
In each smart school, where we have 960 children, that each child is provided a square meal lunch every day, and we believe and we're seeing the result.
While authorities focus on providing infrastructure and good learning environment, how efficient is the school curriculum in instilling the relevant skill set that will help boys compete well in society?
We still have schools that do not, their value proposition does not incorporate ensuring that the boy and the girl, they are both children in that school, and they should deliver the right values to both of them.
The curriculum for sex education is tailored to meet the needs of the girl child.
Adewumi Alode leads the Boys and Men of Honor campaign. She believes it takes a village to instill the right values in the boy child.
They prepare you for the financial world. They prepare you for, qualifications, certifications. But beyond the certifications, you need character, you need values.
Echoing concerns raised by UNICEF, experts agree that neglecting the boy child continues to have damning consequences on societies across the world.
We're sitting on a time bomb. When the ladies who are well educated, who are highly successful, find themselves with men who do not have high emotional intelligence or believe or understand the essence of a man, and they are, intimidated by the success of a woman, we will have violence, we will continue to have intimidations, we will continue to have harassment, we will continue to have unhappy women.
There was a time in our organization, I have close to 13 women that we're working with whose husbands have run away from home. This is the kind of men we have raised.
In summary, the boy child, like the girl child, is susceptible to societal abuses that often result in negative behaviors in adulthood. To realize the United Nations 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development to leave no one behind, experts insist that it is imperative societies across the world prioritize the physical, sexual, and emotional well-being of the boy child just as much as that of the girl child. Ayuba, Iliya, Just Nigeria.
No gender should be left behind in building a sustainable society. What are your thoughts on the struggles of the boy child in Nigeria? Reach us on X at Just Nigeria TV. We'd like to hear from you.